Warning: this video contains content not suitable for those under the age of 13. It contains mentions of the following: masturbation, porn, homosexual activities, and there is swearing. Hey guys, random rant about gender, sex, sexuality, and gender inequality. I just felt like it, and so I'm going to do it because I'm pissed. So I've been sick for a long time. I'm still sick, actually, but today I was feeling a little better, and so I went to a party that a friend of mine was having. I knew already that it was a Mary Kay party for a friend of her mom's, but I was figuring I'd go in and I'd be like, okay, I don't want any makeup on, and I don't want to do the makeup thing. I don't like it. I don't want it. So I went in and I said that, and they were like, no, you're gonna wear makeup. And I was like, no, I'm not. And they were like, yeah, you are. And I was kind of like, well, okay, I guess, because I'm a bit of a pushover. So that's why I look weird, is because I'm wearing makeup. And I have horrible hair. Anyways, I don't think you can actually tell very well, but I guess you can, because my freckles are kind of not there right now, because they've been wearing, like, foundation and shit. And oh my god, I feel so, like, girly and uncomfortable, and it sucks a lot. Because, like, I mean, I'm kind of a feminine trans guy. Like, I kind of like to cross-dress once in a while and stuff, but I'm a guy. I mean, there are guys who like to cross-dress too who aren't MTF. So I figure if I feel like a guy, but I also kind of feel like a cross-dresser, then why shouldn't I cross-dress? And so I came out to my parents the other day, which was one of my New Year's resolutions. So I'm glad that I did that. But my dad thinks it's a phase. He thinks that the transness is a phase. Yeah, I wasn't super happy about that. I mean, like, I think it might be actually too, which is weird to admit. But I mean, I know I'm genderqueer, but right now I feel like a guy. But obviously, I didn't feel like a guy when I was 7. I felt like a girl when I was 7. Well, I felt like a masculine girl when I was 7. I mean, I was genderqueer, I just didn't know the word for it. So I've always been genderqueer, but I guess the trans thing is newer. So it kind of makes me feel like, well, maybe it's not real, maybe it's not something that I'll feel like for my whole life. But I think that it's legitimate, even if it is only going to be true right now. So, yeah. That's my end of the rant on that bit. I would suggest that you don't watch any farther unless you're okay with me talking about masturbation. A little bit. Basically, this is like sexuality and gender inequality all in one. Sexual preference. Sexual preference. You know, sexual orientation. It's big. It's a really broad spectrum. There are asexuals, pansexuals, bisexuals, heterosexuals, homosexuals, and people who are just kind of generally attracted to women, but occasionally they want to fuck a man. So, yeah. And then there are guys who are straight, or girls who are straight, but they get off to gay porn or lesbian porn. And then does that make them lesbian or gay? Or a gay guy who gets off to straight porn, does that make him not actually gay? I mean, it seems to me like, I don't know, people have been talking about this a little bit recently, and it just seems to me that the kind of porn you get yourself off to doesn't have anything to do with your gender, or with your sexual identity, with your, sexual preference. So, it just kind of seems like, well, you know, it's sex, and sex is sexual, and yeah, I mean, I don't know about you guys, personally, I can't get off without some stimulus from outside. I know that a lot of guys can just kind of jack off, but personally, even if I get turned on by something else, I have to have a at that moment stimulus to actually get an orgasm. Like I usually I read graphic stuff. For a while, I read like erotic literature. That's for a while. No, I still do that. Yeah, I read erotic literature to get off usually. This might be awkward for people watching for me to be talking about my masturbation habits, but it's just true. And then people think that like girls don't masturbate, but that's not true. Girls masturbate, maybe not quite as much as guys, but we do it. And masturbation isn't wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. And, you know, there's really no difference between the genders except that girls have tits and guys have dicks, and guys might naturally put on muscle mass a little easier, and girls have wider hips and can bear children, but psychologically, yeah, guys are a little dumber and they think about sex a little more, on average. But there's nothing that, I mean, besides physical things, like, the strongest person in the world was a guy, obviously. And guys can't bear children, and girls can't ejaculate. Well, you know, that's a little different, but girls can't ejaculate the same way guys do. So, you know, it's just, there's no difference. There's no real difference. And, like, I hate the whole, like, guys are the ones who are always horny all the time, guys are the ones who masturbate, guys are the ones who hit on people. I hate that. Even when I identified as a girl, I masturbated, I got horny, I hit on people. I don't understand why, and girls are called sluts if they're like that, whereas guys are just awesome. It's like they show their prowess. Why can't a girl show her prowess? I mean, kind of seems like girls are usually the one in charge during sex anyways, even if the guy is kind of the dominant one. I mean, girls are kind of the ones who are usually wearing the pants. You know, don't even try, guys, to say that you're like more awesome and you're the one who wears the pants, because you're not. You're just not. It's the girl. It's always the girl. Almost always the girl. I mean, my mom can manipulate my dad so easily. I can manipulate guys if I dress like a girl so easily. I once won a card game because I was sleepy and I looked cute. I was laying on my couch in my basement playing a card game called Munchkin with these 3 guys, one of whom I was dating, one of whom had a crush on me, one of whom used to have a crush on me, and basically I didn't do anything, and they just gave up their own points and levels to help me. And they were just like, we're gonna help you, because you're tired and you're adorable. And then what ended up happening was they realized that I was 1 level away from winning, and I was at level 9, and they were all like level 4, and then they were like, oh, well, crap. But basically, the point is I just looked cute, and I manipulated them. And guys can manipulate girls with sex appeal, too. So I'm not saying only girls can manipulate people. Anyways, I just... Gender inequality pisses me the fuck off. Fuck. There's no real fucking difference that really matters. I mean, obviously there are differences, but you know what I mean. Jesus Christ, people. Alright, I'm done with my rants now. I might do this again sometime, but I love you all, and I'll talk to you all on Wednesday. Bye.